Hey, it's Steve Barcello from the Cryptozoology Paranormal Museum. I know I haven't had a video up in a while. I've been going through some crazy shit. Uh, Busy with just life, uh, working at the museum. We have some issues at the museum in the building. I'm going to go into that a little bit. Just look what I'm running over here. It looks like a big pine cone. One of the things that's going to be happening, we're in a position now where we're going to have to either purchase the building relatively quick, or we're going to have to move again. Or worst case scenario, even shut down the museum, which we don't want to do. So we've been trying to work out different options, figure out what we can do. We've been there a little over a year. We've been working on the place. We got the mural on the building. So a lot of things we'd hate to lose. Put all this time and effort in. We're trying to set up some events to do in the back room, but it's hard to schedule something. We don't know what the immediate future is going to be. So a lot of head games are going through, a lot of craziness, trying to figure out what's going on. Of course, the worst case scenario would be shutting down, which we don't want to do. But who knows? We might have to if it gets to a point where, shit hits the fan and we have to get out of the building in a relatively short time. I might have to move everything into storage and then see what goes from there. It's a bad position for us to be in. I'm reaching out to people that we work with, see who can help us. We're going to be doing some fundraisings. See if that will help us out. We're trying to negotiate a price that works for us, if we can even pull that off. Probably going to do a GoFundMe. If anyone has any ideas, let us know. We're kind of between a rock and a hard place. I mean, it's a mess. It's nothing we saw coming, and we're planning on buying the building at some point, but just right now is not the time. We're coming out of COVID. We did okay, which is kind of pushing it on the positive this season. But it's still very hit and miss. And now we're coming out of the season, so now is even a worse time to even be looking at this. So you try to squirrel away a little bit extra and stock up your stock now for the slower season. And right now I'm not buying a darn thing for the museum until I know what's going on. I mean, it's just, I don't need to have any more stuff I need to put in storage. It's a rough place to be. We're trying to figure things out. We've been discussing, talking to different people, looking at possibly different locations. It's just, it's hard. It's really hard. I mean, it kind of like shifts gears. We were moving along. We had plans. We had a layout. We're going to be doing this, and a UFO room, and this, that, and the other thing. And now we just put everything on, put the brakes on everything. I do not want to do any of this stuff. And I do not want to buy material. Even some of the material I bought now is just sitting there. I'm afraid to even use it. I mean, I bought another large TV. Was going to go in the back room for display purposes for the UFO section, and it's sitting in the box. I don't want to mount another thing to the wall. I mean, it's messed up. We're trying to figure things out. I think you're going to try the GoFundMe. I'm going to see if I can talk to some out of the partners we have, and we can work something out with them, do some fundraising. If worst comes to worst, maybe move. It would really suck, although if we have to move, I guess off-season is the time to do it, but to reinvent ourselves again. I mean, you got to remember, we survived COVID. We were closed for over 2 years, and now we have to figure out what the hell we're going to do again. And it's rough. It's a rough spot to be mentally, and just try to concentrate. Now, meantime, now you've guys seen I haven't got a lot of videos up, and here I'm just doing something off the dashboard of the dash of the vehicle. I'm going out to run an errand. I want to hit the road. I want to get things done. I want to continue to do the investigations. Now, having the museum move to the location is going to kill that even more, because that means I have to spend all my time doing what we did roughly a year and a half ago, whatever. We had to kind of reopen again and reinvent, and we pulled it off. and things have been picking up. People are finally realizing where the new address is. I don't know if it's going to be suicide to move to a third location. I mean, is that going to frustrate people all the more? I mean, it's hard. It's hard. Anyway, that being said, I just want to get that off my chest. Gotta let people know what's going on. We've been open 7 days a week. We're staying open from 1 to 6 on weekends, 1 to 5 other weeks. Like this past weekend, I've been open early. I'll open early again today, just to bring in whatever we can. But even with that, it's just the numbers haven't been where they should be. We're doing about half of what we would expect to do. But even with that, we can survive. I mean, it's tight. We're not going to be able to put aside like money for our conventions and things like that. We're not being put much aside. But right now, I mean, we'll still do the conventions no matter what. I mean, most people that do conventions don't have a brick and mortar establishment, so that's something we can still pull off. But it just makes it all the harder right now. So we've got a lot of decisions to make. Primarily, most of it based on me, which has kind of been my life now for quite a while. I purposely resigned from political office just to work on the new museum and get things going. So it's a kick in the ass now to think that we might have to uproot. But I don't know. It is what it is. That being said, the weather's getting a little cooler out, thank God, so you'll see us out more at Medoc Mountain State Park. We were out there about a month ago, a group of, I think it was 5 of us, 6 of us, I guess. And boy, we got chiggers. It was bad. And I sprayed down. The only guy that didn't get it was George, who basically lathers himself up from head to toe, and somehow he managed not to get it. I didn't get it bad. I just got it in my sneakers, my sneaker down, not even socks, just a sneaker down, which is kind of weird. Jimmy was there. He spent the night in a hammock, and he was covered. 2 of the women that were there with us, one of the ladies works with, the other one is one of the ones that worked on the mural on the museum, came, and they both got it, and I think they both sprayed too, but it was just kind of crazy. But anyway, so it was hot, miserable. It turns out it was buggy, just the headlamps, the bugs around us. So I haven't really been back out since because it was not a good experience, and we didn't really get anything either. I do want to get out there. I've got all the equipment charging, but I've got so much other stuff's been going on right now. It's been a really rough year for me personally, and just trying to get past all these crazy things. So right now I'm just taking a quick ride into town. I'm going to pick up a few things I need. Then head on back to the museum and open up because it's still Labor Day weekend. Today's going to be Monday, so I'm hoping for a halfway decent crowd today. But that being said, I just wanted to get this video out, talk to you guys, kind of let you know what our kind of problem is. We don't have a timeline. We don't know what's going on. We're kind of really in limbo. As soon as I do know, if we know something's going down, we will push it. But you're probably going to see some kind of fundraising stuff going on. We don't know exactly what we're going to do yet. We're discussing it still. I just wanted to wait till this weekend was over and concentrate on just running the museum. But we'll have to do something. And hopefully the money we're collecting, we're going to be hopefully collecting money to purchase the building as best we can, or get as much money for down payment, or worst comes to worst, to move. Or a real bad situation could be literally packing everything up and putting things into a storage unit, and then until we can figure out what we're going to do later. In that case, we might just take a break for a little while, and then that would give me the ability to travel and do a lot more video, but it would be rough. I mean, it's just to shut down the museum again and restart. It's going to be a hard thing to do. We can do it. We've done it before, but boy, oh boy. And I'd like to try to keep it Littleton. That was kind of the whole reason for it, putting Littleton on the map. And we've had so much media play. We've just had CBS 17 come out and do a piece on us. Walter Magazine did an interview on us. Excuse me. And that hasn't even run yet. So that's more of a Raleigh publication. But I mean, we've had other phone calls, other people interested in coming doing some stuff. I mean, so it'd be a really shitty thing for Littleton to lose the museum. But It's kind of out of our hands right now until we can figure out what's going on. But I guess that's it. Didn't want to bring a lot of bad news down to you guys. I know a lot of you love the museum, love coming out, hang out, do the outings with us, talk about all your sightings and happenings. But that being said, it is what it is. We got to do what we got to do. So I'll talk to you all soon. If you guys have any comments or anything you think it would be beneficial for us or ways that we can help ourselves we're not thinking of, please put the comments below. We'd appreciate it. And I'll talk to you all soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We'll hopefully be pushing the YouTube channel a lot more now. I apologize, at least you know now why we've kind of been in radio silence now. We've just been, our heads have been in the clouds trying to figure out what the hell we're going to do. I'll talk to you soon.